Hello everyone. Today we are going to see another topic of grammar, that is verbs. And in that verbs we are going to see finite and non-finite verbs. Now the question arises in our mind is, what are verbs? A sentence is never complete without a verb. A verb which tells us something about a person or thing. It tells about the person or thing in state of doing, being acted upon. As we have learnt in our previous classes, verbs are nothing but the action words. For example, running, writing, drawing, sleeping, all these are action words. There are so many kind of verbs such as finite, non-finite, transitive, intransitive, linking verbs, auxiliary verbs. In this session we are going to study finite and non-finite verbs. Finite verb shows tense, number and person. It often changes the main verb of the sentence according to the tense, number and person. We can explain this through the following examples, as you can see on your screen. My sister went to school. Here, subject is sister, verb is went. So, if we change the subject of the sentence, they go to school. So, verb changes. Went comes becomes go. So, according to the subject, when this type of change is observed in the main verb of the sentence and the verb can be changed according to the subject, these type of verbs are called as finite verbs. For example, Neha writes letter, they write letters, we have written letters. So change is there in the verb writes, write and have written. So these type of changing verbs according to the subject of the sentence is called as finite verbs. We will see through more example about finite verbs. See here, change is there according to the tense of the sentence. See, Sachin plays cricket. Sachin played cricket. First sentence is about in present tense. Second sentence is in past tense. As the tense changes the verb of the sentence. So they both are finite verbs. According to the subject, the verb is changed. I like pizza. He likes pizza. So according to the subject, like and likes, it is changed. According to the subject, there is change in the verb. So it is finite verb. According to the number, he is a doctor, you are a doctor. So is changed into are. So number, when number is changed according to the subject, the verb is also changed. So these type of verbs are called as finite verbs. There are some properties of finite verbs, as we can say. They are near the subject. They change with the tense. They change with singular and plural subject. They change according to the first person, second person and third person. So you can go through some more examples. Here are some more examples. Pearl wrote a story. Pearl was writing a story. Pearl had written a story. So here change according to the change in the tense, there is change in the verb. Charlie want a kitten. Charlie is wanting a kitten. Charlie has been wanting a kitten. So here there is change in the verb according to the tense of the sentence. And further, now we will see what are non-finite verbs. Opposite of finite verb is non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are the verbs that do not indicate tense, number or person. Non-finite verbs forms are never used as main verb of the sentence. In fact, non-finite verbs do not act as a verb. They are often used as a noun, adjectives and adverbs. Non-finite verbs are also called as verbal verbs. There are three types of non-finite verbs: gerunds, infinitives, participles. So see now first example, they want to eat something delicious. So here non-finite verb is to eat. She want to eat something delicious. Again, to eat is the verb in the sentence. But when we change the subject, that is they is changed to she, according to the subject. Verb is not changed. That is, second verb to eat is not changed, but the want and wants it changes. So want and wants is the finite verb, and to eat is the non-finite verb, which does not have any change according to the subject of the sentence or the tense of the sentence. Now next sentence, sailing is my favorite sport. Here sailing is used as a subject of the sentence. Here sailing is not a verb here. It is used as a subject of the sentence. In the dancing floor is shining. Now floor. For floor more information is given, dancing floor. Here the dancing floor is used as a subject of the sentence and it is not the verb of the sentence. So it is called as non-finite verb. Chewing tobacco is bad for health. Here chewing is also used as a subject of the sentence, not as a verb of the sentence. Children like to play with toys. So like to play is a verb of the sentence which does not affect, it will not affect even if we change the subject of the sentence. Even if the subject is changed, to play will remain as same. Here are some properties of non-finite verbs. The non-finite verb does not act as a verb in the sentence but as a noun, adjective and adverb. It does not represent any tense formation. As we know, non-finite verbs are divided into gerunds, participles and infinitives. So now we are going to study gerund. Now what is gerund? Gerund is formed by adding ing to the verb. Functions as a noun. For example, I love reading. Reading helps us to learn. Gerunds can act as an subject or the object of the sentence. In the above sentence, I love reading. Reading has come in the place of object. It acts as an object of the sentence. Here work is not done, but it is acting as a noun. It is functioning as a noun. And reading helps us to learn. Here also it is functioning as a noun, not the verb of the sentence. If we take one more example of gerund, that is, teaching is my hobby. Here teaching is a subject of the sentence. Here it is gerund, that is, the teaching has come in the place of subject. So it is acting as a noun in the sentence, not as a verb. Does not mean that all the verbs which are coming with ing forms gerunds. For example, I am teaching and I am singing. Here teaching and singing is not a gerund. They are the verbs of the sentence. Next is infinitives. An infinitive is a verb in its base form. Verb but in the base form. It is often preceded by to. Means it always comes with to. Not always but sometimes. An infinitive can function as a noun, adjective or adverb in the sentence. For example, I love to read. Here read is a base form of verb and it has preceded with to. It is preceded with to. Mr. Bean make us laugh. Now here to laugh is not written here. Only laugh. Infinitive, either it comes with to or without to, they are always in its base form. Mr. Verma comes to teach me English. To teach, it is preceded with to and it is in the base form of verb. So next is participle. Participles are classified into two groups, past participle and present participle. Past participles are formed by adding ed to the regular verb and present participle is formed by ing to the verb. They act as an adjective. They are often confused with gerund, but participles are different than gerunds. Gerunds acts as a noun, but participle act as an adjective. For example, he is smoking cigarette. So he is smoking. Smoking, here it is participle. Lisa is writing an essay. Here writing is an participle. The injured man was rushed to the hospital. The injured, it is describing man. So It is the adjective of the sentence. So participle always act as an adjective of the sentence. So thanks for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.